Yeah, and if you ask for too many pencils, law of equivalent exchange, you lose your arm.
Dude, I really wanted to rewatch that show recently.
We just don't have any of the
Yeah, you lose your arm, your brother becomes a armor.
I remembered that I don't have Netflix anymore, and I was like, fuck, I gotta find one.
So, okay, I was gonna say, here's what you do.
Yeah.
Watch, what was it called? Watch Full Metal Alchemist free.
You go on YouTube and you look up episode 1 part 1.1.
I remember doing that. I did that for you, Shock Pop Show.
I did that for Full Metal
And it
Alchemist.
was when I was too tired to do anything else, and I was like, I just want to watch some Full Metal Alchemist. And I hit Netflix, and I was like, fuck! And then I just turned off my TV and went to bed.
That's fair.
Fuck Metal Alchemist.
I did that. I actually. It's funny that you said that, Mason, because I actually did that when I was first watching. Yeah, I fucked Metal Alchemist too. When I was first watching Full Metal Alchemist, I did have to do the YouTube watch episode 30 part 1 episode 30 part 1.
Yeah, there's
part
30
2,
fucking parts.
They're all like a minute. They're like 5 minutes. They're like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like no, this isn't the whole episode. This is just a clip. I'm just taking a clip.
I just have 6 clips that is 30 minutes long.
Speaking of watching stuff, Mason, how far did you get into One Piece?
I was gonna ask
dude,
you.
I was gonna read it, and I don't have a bookcase, so all my books are in my
that you were
closet.
watching One Piece.
I'm on episode 900 right now. I took a whole
Shit, you went from I'm never gonna watch One Piece, that shit is ass, to I am on episode 900.
Well, no,
I am caught up, I am getting the One Piece.
I enjoyed that show. I only got to episode 300 or something.
I'm in Alabasta.
I'm only like.
That's the second arc.
I'm so far back.
I got to the fucking Grand Line, and that's when Toonami stopped airing.
Yeah,
that was like, all right, I guess
I'm after the Grand Line.
I mean, like 6 months ago or whatever, I was on episode 200 or some shit. So it's not like I've been fucking watching it.
No, I got you. It's just
But I watched an episode or two.
So Curtis actually
every
has
other
new
day or
glasses.
so.
He's just constantly playing a One Piece
And I skipped all the filler. And there's hundreds of episodes of filler.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
God.
I'm at the point now where there's no more filler between where I'm at and where's current,
Yeah.
which is good.
You still probably watch an equivalent episodes to all of Naruto with filler though.
Now,
That's 500 episodes.
yeah.
To be fair, a lot of times when I watch it, I'm doing
but One
shit
Piece
like
is
the
better.
dishes and shit like
Yeah.
that. And so I'm like, what's the highlight? Oh, okay, cool. They're
So really,
like,
Curtis is
whatever.
only watching 5 minutes of an episode.
Wait.
He just watches the
If you're up
very
to the
beginning of
900,
episode.
isn't there only subs? So you're just they're just going, they're just trying to
Oh, no, he's fluent in Japanese now. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough. I guess you know what's happening every episode.
Exactly, yeah, Curtis is fluent in Japanese.
And this One Piece is one of those shows where they'll drag out a fight for 5 or 6 episodes. And so if I'm doing the dishes and I'm like, all right, so they're still just beating the shit out of each other. Nothing's really changed.
I know what's going on.
I'll check back in 5 or 6
what's
minutes.
Luffy gonna do? He's gonna stretch? All right.
fucking there. I can see it the whole fucking time I'm washing dishes.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem. But I just got done with the Big Mom arc.
Yeah.
See, I'm just waiting for the ending where where the author does pull the bullshit of the true One Piece was the friendship.
Well, no. You know what he did say? He did say that this last arc that he's doing for One Piece right now, right, which is the
It's
war.
essentially the beginning.
That's the beginning of the actual story that he wants to do. So all of this, the whole time he was just making the crew for the actual adventure that he wants to do.
He's just been world building this entire time.
Yeah.
He's like, you see, fuck you.
Most
this is
stories
world
that are
building.
mangas, they go, here's the beginning of the manga, here's the end of the manga.
Yeah.
One Piece is here's how this part of the world works, here's how this part of the world works. It's never an overarching
So I'm
thing.
like,
He's
what's the similarity?
literally
Just
drawing
watch
the
the
Silmarillion story.
The first 600 episodes was literally him just gathering his crew,
Yes.
and then it was all right,
We're
time
2 weeks,
skip.
we will meet.
Yeah, time skip, and then it's now here's how the crew has changed.
Yeah.
Also,
They basically just
we're
changed
gonna
their
go
outfit
gather
slightly.
more crew members.
They're still gathering more crew members.
Spoiled it for me. You
Ah,
thought
dude,
the peak out of the purple
when they-
hair?
when they-
I think there's one.
where he's training with Luffy to be he wants to be in the Navy.
I think so.
Oh, yeah,
But right now they're
Time skip.
recruiting Yamato, which is the big titty white.
Yeah, it's how did he go from that to
He was
this?
in the last episode or some shit. And honestly, even pre-time skip, because it went over of course several years or whatever, right? And then time skip. He was already in the Navy
Yeah.
and training underneath Luffy's grandpa.
But he still looked like he did in those other episodes, right?
No,
oh, okay. I didn't see that part. I thought he was straight from the little
he looked like a
kids
fucking
and
kid for just like the beginning, and then everything after that it was like,
gotcha.
yeah, so he's a grown ass adult now for some reason.
Yeah, see, I thought
He showed up for one episode and now he's jacked.
He's a grown-ass adult that's been trained by a former Grand Admiral, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now,
Which apparently in this show, that means that, like, I'm really good at fighting.
That's better than Luffy time skip. Luffy time skip, he
It's like,
has
not
a
good
blue
tactic,
vest.
just fighting.
He's seen the naval admiral, so
And
all
stars,
those
but-
jokes are all
Fire slowly gets cooler.
They all have, like, sleeveless.
Like during the Big Mom like arc, I guess. That's when like he gets like the attire that he's looking like with now.
Yeah.
And the whole reason is because they go to like have like a meeting with like Big Mom at like this like party because the whole thing is like they like stole Sanji.
Luffy, put on a fucking vest.
Yeah, right. So they like stole Sanji so like because they were trying to like. So essentially, like Sanji's like family, who essentially just told him to go fuck himself, and that's why he doesn't like him or anything. But they kidnapped him because they were like, we need you as a bargaining chip because we want to have like Big Mom's power, but to do so we have to like marry into her family, and we don't fucking care about you, so we're gonna make you marry into her family. And
You're horny enough to do it.
And so Luffy was like, yeah, we're gonna go get him back, and so they like joined up with these other people, right? And so when they go to like crash the wedding party, they're like, well, it is a wedding, so we should look good while we do it. And so they all get like a fucking upgrade in what they're wearing. And that's
awesome.
now like what he's wearing in all the other episodes.
Luffy,
and shit.
put on some goddamn sleeves. We're going to a
That's
wedding.
basically what it is. Like,
Yeah, it's like-
He puts on a jacket.
he basically
Still no
does.
shirt. Still no shirt.
Oh, yeah, cool.
He hasn't worn a shirt.
Hey, this is an island. This is like an island thing.
It's a
Like,
beach wedding.
yeah, it's a beach wedding. Like, you don't need a shirt for a
It's
beach
a
wedding.
pirate wedding.
Like, have you ever seen those pictures of like beach weddings where like all like the groomsmen are just wearing ties and pants?
Yeah.
That seems like a really fucking stupid thing. Why the fuck would you wear a tie?
I don't know what.
So now that you're caught up, what would
bow
you
tie.
do?
It's like
I'm not
so you
caught
look
up.
fancy.
Oh,
They're at like episode 1000 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're
So I'm like 150 episodes
they're
behind.
at 12.
He's like another month
Yeah.
away.
Yeah,
Almost
they
over.
might even be 1200. So I might be like 200 or 300.
You know, it's really rough. That's like why I stopped watching because like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch like 3 episodes. I'd watch like a few episodes a week, and then they'd add like 30 episodes that week.
You will
Also-
honestly catch up a lot quicker if you just read the manga. Just do that.
So my
Yeah.
whole thing was like the way that I caught up was essentially I was like, okay, if I'm like just doing shit around the house,
yeah, you
I just turn it
have
on
it play.
because they always have like a recap at the beginning of the next episode, and it basically just a lot of highlights. So if for some reason I didn't really see much the last episode, I just actually watched the fucking recap, and I'm like, all right, cool. In 3 minutes, it told me everything I needed to know from the last episode.
Luffy is a pirate.
It's like,
That's what it
all
boils down
right.
to.
Yeah.
There we go. I've watched all One Piece.
Now the real question is, how much have you like caught up with like other like One Piece stuff? Because I
Oh,
don't
like
actually-
movies and shit? No.
No. I just mean like I mean
Well,
like,
the movies aren't canon, so that's the thing.
like I don't
But
watch
they were.
One Piece,
But some of them were.
but like,
No.
I get a lot of
Not even
videos
the
about
most recent
people
one.
who watch One Piece, and they're like, "Yo, the craziest shit happened in One Piece right now."
This is the political situation in the One Piece.
That is the whole thing about One Piece.
Yeah, you can do that shit.
Whenever you see those things where it's like a 4-panel meme and it's like, that's what this anime's about. That's what this, and they're all just like, I want to fight to get stronger. I'm fighting for my friends, and then One Piece is like, we are fighting to overthrow the patriarchy so that we can have freedom. It's like
They're overthrowing the government.
actually is fact.
I wanna be the
That's what
freest
it's all
man.
about. Like.
I want to be the freest man.
Geopolitics.
Also, I want a fuck ton of money.
Yeah. Well, Luffy doesn't give 2 shits about the money.
Yeah, he wants to just be the freest
He just
man.
wants to be free. Honestly, I don't even think he thinks enough to want to be free. He's more of like,
The only way to
I just
truly
want to
be
be a
free-
pirate king.
I
And
don't know
everyone's
if
like,
Aaron
why?
Yeager
He's
was talking about
like,
the
because I do. And they're like, but why? And he's like,
Because I'm gonna be the pirate king.
Yeah, he's
That's,
like,
that's the
want
whole
One
point
Piece.
of being the pirate king is like,
Oh, you're the most
he is
free.
the freest person
Gotcha.
because he's free above all the other pirates.
I've seen some
Yeah.
shit,
Like that.
and I don't really understand it because it's newer shit, right? You'll like see on like memes and shit.
Like Super Saiyan Luffy.
Yes. Well, so apparently there used to be someone in like the One Piece universe called Joy Boy.
Yes.
I've never heard of him.
And
It is a very like within like the last 2 months of like
Yeah.
manga.
Oh, okay.
As this
They
information
said
came out.
flashback. Joy Boy
So-
existed.
so
He's been with the crew the entire time.
apparently, like the whole thing is that like Joy Boy is the one that will find the One Piece, and that the fruit picks its owner in a
Yes.
sense.
Okay.
And so Luffy will become Joy Boy. And the Super Saiyan Luffy that you've probably like seen like pictures and shit where he's kind of like glowing and shit, that's Joy Boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't understand who the fuck Joy Boy was in the first place because I haven't caught up enough. So I'm like, I understand what happens.
Yeah.
I don't understand the point of what happens.
So I think the idea is because like all these fucking people, like these fruits are super rare, but everyone's fucking eating one.
And they can't swim afterwards.
And yeah, they can't swim. Which sounded really dumb until you realize, like,
it's
basically the entire fucking world is an ocean.
It's like that one.
Oh shit, that's actually a really big downside now.
Yeah.
But so I guess it's kind of to be like, okay, so where do these fruits come from? Well, okay, well they obviously didn't just suddenly appear. So I guess that means someone else at some other time also had super stretchy powers. So I guess when you die, then your fruit.
Yeah, that's what the whole thing is.
It's like a Titan.
I've heard other things too. There are beliefs because so the whole thing.
The like when you die, like you just become the fruit.
So the whole thing.
Someone eats you.
Honestly, there is a little bit of that. The fruit does retain some of like the tendencies of the previous users.
Yeah.
But there is the question of where do the fruits come from, and the current like working theory that I understand is that we will figure that out when we figure out what the missing like 100 years of history is. So when the world government came about, right, they burned away like the last like 100 years of history, and so
as world governments
they're called celestial dragons, and they hunt the D's because it's Monkey D Luffy, right?
Oh yeah.
And so they call people that have D like that, they call them the devil, right?
Yeah.
But there is a thought that maybe that D is actually dragon.
Yeah.
And that the celestial dragons took the power, or the current world government took the power from
power of D's.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, that is the thing. It's called the power of D. Yeah.
No, I remember.
Yeah.
I used to watch One Piece. I remember the power of D's.
Yeah, so there's a
power of D's Luffy.
Yeah.
So there's a theory about that kind of shit, which is kind of interesting, but it's like it would be cool if it was explained. But if they end the series and they're just like, yeah, this shit just exists, I'd be like,
remember
find the
whenever the event actually starts.
They pull Soprano, like it's just in the middle of an arc, has nothing to do with finding the One Piece. It's just like Luffy's just like, all right, guys, boom.
I laughed my ass off so hard.
Is that how the Sopranos ends?
Well, okay, so the Sopranos end. People like a lot of people complain about it, but it's actually really well foreshadowed throughout the show. Because throughout the show, like there's a couple times where they have this conversation of like, what do you think happens when you die? Do you think like you feel it, or do you think everything just goes black? And so at the end of the show, like something happened where Tony pissed some guy off, and so they're like in the restaurant like talking, and he's like he's talking about stuff. You hear the door open, and then everything goes black. Because he got shot. He's dead.
That's literally the ending?
Yeah.
No, just credits after that?
Yeah,
wow.
like he's in the middle of a sentence, and like the whole point is he's dead now. Like he pissed that guy off, and now he got shot. He's killed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like a lot of people didn't like it. It's like, oh, what's the ending? The ending's he's dead. He was a mobster.
That's what
killed.
A lot of people don't understand is that the ending is the ending. The ending doesn't have to be anything magnificent. It doesn't have to be anything that draws conclusions. The ending can be sudden.
Yeah.
Most people though are so used to like this big grand ending where everything goes good and everyone's happy and there's flowers and sunshine. But I mean that's a boring fucking ending. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so from what I've seen, like, it is kind of sudden. You're kind of like left wanting, like, oh, I want to know more of what happened. And it's like, but it's also kind of fitting because it's a story about mob guys that constantly violently kill people.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's also the other end of the spectrum where like you have the comic book Invincible tied up literally like every loose end in like 10 pages. And it's like, that's the ending. I'm like, I have no questions left about the series. It literally answered everything.
Mm-hmm.
When you say like 10 pages, did it rush through it, or was it just like...
It's like, so once all the major plot ends and there's no like new arc,
okay, so it's like, oh yeah, by the way.
Yeah, here's a little slice of their life at this point in time. Then we skip in the future, here's them here. Like, you see his kids grow up and shit.
Okay, because I've read too many things where it's just like, man, this is really good and good. And they're just like, oh yeah, by the way, here's the final boss. I killed him. Okay, there's this. Now the world's like this. Okay, we're done. It's like that was like 2 pages. We're only on chapter like 100.
I think the only thing that comic book did wrong was the pacing with Omni-Man's fight, which they fixed in the show. So I think the show will probably be amazing.
If they ever make it.
I don't know. Isn't it a Netflix production?
It's Amazon.
Oh, okay. That's it. Might be.
And Amazon did good on the first season.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't Amazon also releasing Lord of the Rings?
They're trying to.
But they're also releasing The Boys.
Where
which is
they're not hobbits
episode.
because Amazon couldn't get the right to hobbits.
That's funny.
They are Hackfoots.
The
How
thing
do you
is,
call it
is
The Lord of the Rings?
Amazon makes very, very garbage shows that they try to take from books.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something more original,
No, it wasn't from the
They'll
book.
pull in the guy.
They couldn't get the rights to sit early.
No. But what I'm saying is like the
Yeah,
Wheel of Time.
this is completely new.
The Wheel of Time is fucking garbage. That's from a book.
Wheel of Time?
Wheel of Time is fucking garbage. And like shit like that, they don't do a very good job on it. But if it's something from like a comic or something original, it seems to be much, much better quality.
Yeah, The Boys comic books fucking suck, except for comic books was just like, here's a bunch of fucked up shit, read about it. It's really slow paced, and you're like, oh, okay.
I mean, it
But
kind
the
of
show
sounds
is
like
interesting.
kind of like how some of the Watchmen series was, where it's not Watchmen. It was one of the really edgy ones.
Preacher?
No.
Sandman? Well, wait, no, Sandman wasn't edgy, was it? I never
Yeah,
read it.
kind of.
Oh.
Kind of. But like, I don't remember which one. But it was one of the really edgy ones where like you're reading it and it's just like,
You get a little throw up in your mouth.
not even that. It's just like this isn't even a good story. You're just
Exactly.
Like,
It's just
like,
edgy.
like rather than just what's the logical conclusion of this thing? It's just like what's the edgiest thing I can do.
It's like, can you give me a story arc? No, they did 9/11. Laugh at it. Here's the next fucked up thing they did.
Basically like a fucking slideshow. It's like
That's the
next
story
slide.
felt like.
Okay, so they did 9/11. Good to know. Okay, next slide.
But then the show took those
Okay.
characters.
Okay.
And they
The
made
Bermuda
Homelander
Triangle is
the best
actually just
villain of all
heroes.
time.
Cool.
I was gonna say so Watchmen actually was kind of like that because there were certain things where it's just like, but why do they do that? It's like, well, because superheroes would actually be horrible people.
Why?
Yeah.
I will say I much more appreciated how the movie did Ozymandias' plan rather than
No, fuck
comics.
you! I wanted the giant telepathic squid! Nukes were so lame!
They weren't nukes, they were Dr. Manhattan nukes.
They're so lame! No way, I want a fucking telepathic squid to show up out of nowhere!
Okay, do you think that movie would have gone over well?
Absolutely fucking not!
But Christian would like it.
The whole movie is setting up for like nuclear disarmament and the fucking squid shows.
Christian would have had it on Blu-ray if they did that.
I do have it on Blu-ray. But that's besides, I actually have my own fan in it, where I have the entire, it's like
It goes from like really good quality to just like puppets with like quids going down.
no, it's only the last like 30 seconds and it's just fucking video of a squid. It's like that
The fucking ending where like everyone like unites and, like there's a fucking like Soviet blimp over New York. It's like what the fuck?
There's a fucking, what is it? Fan edit of Batman, the third Christopher Nolan one, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Bane.
it's
Where he just dies, Dark Rises.
well, when he's flying away with the bomb at the very end, and it cuts to Adam West Batman.
yeah. Someone made a bootleg of that where it was spliced together.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
So instead of like the last like 10 minutes of the
There's a
Batman
bomb.
movie, he's just running around. He's like, some days you can't get rid of a bomb. Because he's running around a pier and he's trying to throw the bomb away, and it's like, oh, here is a good spot. And it's like, there are children here. Shit. He's like trying to go around and it's like, here's a good spot. A bunch of baby ducks. Shit.
Adam West is the fucking best.
I love Adam West so much. Rest in peace, Adam West. But he's my favorite. I still say he's my favorite Batman.
Okay, so talk about bad adaptations. The Killing Joke movie was fucking like, at least the beginning of it was fucking awful.
Well, I mean, that comic is overrated anyway.
The Killing Joke.
It wasn't as good as people say.
So the comic's not too bad. Like there are some parts where it's like that's
Like, it's a good Batman story, but it's not, like, it doesn't deserve the pedestal people put it on.
Yeah, people like it too much because it was like surprising when it came out. But like they made it worse. But it's like how can we make people feel for Batgirl when she gets shot? It's like I know. Let's have Batman and Batgirl fuck. Now the people care.
That was the movie.
Out of fucking nowhere.
No. See what it is like
Batman broke her back first, and then Joker.
Oh, it's foreshadowing. Because of Batman, her back was broken.
There's only like
Batman.
There's only like one person.
He was like, let's make them fuck.
Yes. Who's like Bruce Timm, who did the animated series? He's like, Batgirl and Batman belong together.
I don't care that they're like father and like daughter.
Every person is like,
already has
I want Batgirl to end up with Dick Grayson. He's like, shut the fuck up, fanboy.
Dick Grayson's a cock in my universe.
He's like, I'm doing the fucking animated series. He ends up with Batman, and nobody likes it except for Bruce Timm.
Yeah, it's just like wait, so he doesn't end up with like, you know, Wonder Woman, or if we're not having her in the universe, like Cat Girl,
Literally
or
anyone more age appropriate.
like
We conveniently aged up Barbara to 18
daughter?
for this movie.
You know, they did the same thing in the fucking Lego movie too, right?
They had Batman and Batgirl fuck in the Lego.
Batman in Wild Style.
Batman what?
Batman in the Lego Wild Style, the Lego chick.
I don't know who that is.
It's the main Lego girl.
Oh.
Definitely like 18.
It's
Okay, well,
fucking
she's a
weird.
Lego. So.
Well, Legos don't age. You're just born
But
with adult
it's still
Legos.
weird because, like, when you know that,
Think
like,
about that.
their canon ages and stuff, it's just like, or what they're supposed to be
What is
representing,
Batman's
it's
canon
weird.
age?
He's like
He's in
30
his
something.
30s.
Yes, arbitrarily.
So he comes back when he's like
Late
25.
20s. Late
But when
20s,
he
early
has all the
40s.
Robins and Batgirl and stuff, that's like 5 years later, so
Yeah.
around 30.
He's around 30 something.
He has
At the
12
earliest, he's 30
sidekicks
something.
in
Yeah.
5 years.
Depends on the timeline. You know how DC
Seems
is.
like he's kind of
Yeah,
really
I
bad.
mean, once they rebooted it, once they rebooted
Okay,
it,
Kurt,
it's
think
like-
of this. So
he's a bad
he does
parent.
most
Yeah,
of his
very bad.
most of his
To be
work.
fair, he didn't have parents growing up, so
He does most of his work at night, so where it's dark. He always likes to like hit out the lights, so it's dark. So his costume is basically completely black. Now, when he gets Batgirl, her costume's also fairly black.
With yellow.
Whenever he gets a Robin, they're
Yeah.
fucking bright red.
fucking
Go get him, Robin.
Glow in the dark green.
Glow in the dark. They have glowing
He's
eyes.
like, damn, I need another distraction. I need a new Robin.
Hey, don't forget, he's got the fucking green underwear, the
Yeah.
bright green underwear.
there was
What do you
one
want?
Batman
I'm trying to explain Black Batman lore.
Blackman.
Blackman lore.
Blackman.
Whoa, they got Batman
Yeah.
Black now?
No,
Like Frieza Black?
Batman,
Like-
the Russian Batman from Superman shit, Red? What's his name?
Which one?
What's the Soviet Superman?
Batman.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
Red
one.
Sun.
Red
Red
Sun.
Sun.
Red Sun.
His name's Batman, you
No,
racist.
So
it's
Superman.
Red Sun Superman's fucking crazy.
That was funny.
Dude,
He's
I fucking
like
love the
Superman.
Batman in that one.
Yeah.
Like we're
My
that
lungs
was
are
actually the
shits.
best. That was a legit ending where it's just like, don't worry, I will fix you. And he's just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna
He's like,
I
he's like, oh
swallowed
my
the
guys,
bomb,
no, I
just
just
in
put bombs
case."
in them. I put bombs in my fucking ass. I'm not being lobotomized.
Yeah.
bombs everywhere.
That's another one where the ending is like, man, what the fuck? Because in at least in the comic, I don't know about the movie, but in the comic, the ending of Superman Red Sun was that world advances like generations and generations, and your last name kind of just like gets shortened and shortened. So like the House of Luthor, Lex Luthor, becomes the House of L. And then it like cycles back to where like in the far, far, far future, Earth is actually Krypton and is blowing up, and the House of L, which is Lex Luthor's
Yeah, they send
lineage,
Superman away.
sends their
And he
lone
lands in
baby
a
on a
aircraft.
rocket.
Oh, that's
That is legit.
And so like cycle back to like Superman Red Sun is actually
The
like a
prequel to regular
prequel to
Superman.
regular Superman.
That's honestly
Who
pretty
sends
fucking
their
cool.
son back to Earth and like starts the cycle anew, but it's
Okay,
right back.
so the movie, I kind of like the
So that
end of
means
the movie.
Kal El is actually Kal
Because like
Luthor.
they're kind of like, okay, so
Yeah.
how are they going to convince Superman that he probably shouldn't take over the world? It's like, well, I mean, he thought he like enslaved Brainiac, but obviously he didn't because it's fucking Brainiac. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Actually, it was really. Didn't Luther survive? I think yeah. Luther survived.
He
Yeah,
did
like,
survive.
Oh, that's President Luther?
President.
Put some respect on his
Yes.
name, please.
He survived the Brainiac.
He's
was
too
gone.
powerful for term limits.
Okay,
They cannot hold down.
excuse you. When your main enemy is ruled by a superhuman that is slowly taking over the world with peaceful revolution.
You're telling me that can't get done in 4 years? Eight at the max?
Peaceful revolutions? I'm pretty sure that whole fucking, like, term limit amendment. You're like, nah, man, get fucking Luther out there. He's making fake Supermans. He's sending out, like, Green Lantern squads. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
The Green Lantern fight was sick.
That was my favorite part too.
They were like,
that lore.
let's just imagine a box with infinite layers around Superman so he can't get out.
Fuck Diana.
But they couldn't imagine the layers fast enough.
So much of the movie wouldn't happen if Diana hadn't fucking, like, intervened.
Lasso of Truth, Batman or whatever. Or what did she do with it?
Oh, no, she, Batman lassoed.
Oh, when she broke it, yeah. And she broke it because
she
could have just chilled.
Because of like some like bullshit where she's like, I don't trust men anymore.
She pulled on.
And then even though she did that, she then saves him again when the Green Lanterns are gonna kill him, because it's just like, I just wanted to tell you that I'm leaving and Themyscira is never gonna interact with the world again. It's like,
dude,
let him die.
Diana's a fucking walking L in that. In a lot of like the alternative like stories of DC.
I mean, she's kind of awful. It's like
awful.
Isn't it in the Infamous series, like Superman eventually
Infamous.
Injustice.
Yeah.
Eventually Superman's like, fuck, I've done terrible things. So Diana's like, no, we gotta keep going.
No, you did great. You're great.
Yeah.
Keep doing bad things.
Too far.
And Superman's like, oh man, like I have a bunch of motivation for this, and Diana's like, yeah, Superman, yeah, you do.
Meanwhile, everyone's like, maybe we're not doing the right thing, and even Superman, like I think in the movie, they brought a alternate Lois Lane, and he was like, oh shit, like this is the whole reason I'm doing this, and like she's right, I am a horrible person now. Meanwhile, Dad was just like, yes! Kill them!
Even whenever, whatchamacallit, what's his goddamn name? But Batman's son, when he kills Dick Grayson on accident, right? Fucking Wonder Woman's like, yeah, he did great. That was on purpose. Yeah, I feel bad for you, but not that much. Fuck you, Batman. And I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Even Superman was like sympathetic about it and even sent over Catwoman to go comfort him. Because I remember
you can go get your dick wet, Batman.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure what happens.
Go make another one.
Because Catwoman finds Bruce, and he's just like fucking punching like the shit out of like a dummy or whatever, but his knuckles are already like bleeding and shit.
Yeah.
And
Classic
then
Batman.
and then after that, Catwoman just comes in, tells him to calm down,
and then
stop being Batman, and start being Bruce, and then they fuck, and then in front of
Bruce Jr. Alfred's like, don't worry, I'll thrust for you.
Alfred's like,
I changed his diaper.
let me guess, the skin type, the ribbed for her ones.
No, Alfred, the numb ones. I need to numb the pain.
Madam, would you like a drink before round 2?
Very good, sir.